So, reverse grid from round 1 to note for this. So I'm not sure how this is going to work out. I don't have a full idea on the actual idea of how they're doing it. If it's going to be reverse qualifying or if it's going to be reverse grid.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I think it should be good because that
reverse
means,
grid.
judging by unless somebody had a unfortunate DNF, we'll have the faster drivers at the back. So we're going to have loads of overtaking at
Oh
least.
yes, we are. We're going straight into it actually.
Oh yeah, I'm
Oh no,
back
we
by
got
the way
the
after
formation
not
lap.
being here for ages.
Yes. Had to go off and do other things, not really feeling your head in the game after a little bit of while in 2018. Kind of understandable considering how terrible the game was.
Yeah, and
Although considering
exams
this game
mixed
isn't
with
fully
how
fixed, so yeah.
exams mixed with how crap F1 2018 was. I just took a break for about 2-3 months, and now I'm back because this game is, although it's still not completely bug or glitch free, it is a million times better than F1 2018. At least in
Indeed
my view.
so. I mean, they've tried. I mean, they've been trying to break it with the new. They've been trying to break some stuff, the new patches, but well, Codemasters have managed not to do that, which is actually for once an achievement.
Hmm. And
So
also, yeah, the cars just feel. I mean, I only managed to play this game for about a week before my wheel decided to implode on itself. So, but from what I experienced, the cars feel so much more solid than they did last year. Because last year, the quickest way through the corners was do a slick drift, and that wasn't really the best, most realistic approach to doing things, was it?
no, it's not the best for grip. I mean, one thing I will say is Peanut is very far ahead of everyone else, and apparently is very eager to get going now. He's realised he's slowed down because he realised he would have would have had no temper in his tyres once he started.
I think that was
So
more Tom
he's just
Chelsea
suddenly
going
slowed down.
really slowly. I mean, I went back to his car and he was only going about 30, 40 miles an hour, and Peanut was going probably around regular pace. But this is the first league I've seen where drivers are actually allowed their own cars. I do also see,
It's
I think a couple of
it's a
people have the
livery
same
based.
liveries.
Yes, the teams are based on each livery. Unfortunately, because I don't have the spotter's guide on me quite yet, the I have to guess what each. I know some of the names of the teams, but not all of them. So I'm kind of guessing with a lot of names still. We are missing a few people anyway. Anyway, I'll let you go through the start.
Okay, we've got it's yellows in sector 3, which is a good start anyway. Lights out, and loads of people have gotten jump starts. First time I've seen that. Number 14 of WR Peanut gets away well. I'm not too sure if he was one of the ones with the jump start. I think he was. I think I saw his car sort of jitter just before the lights went out. Anyway, he's got a sizable lead. Probably just so because of that jump start. But I saw about 3-4 names pop up then. We'll see who has drive-throughs probably at the end of this lap because there's not really any need to extend after that. Loads of side-by-side action going into turn 4. But I don't think there's a lot of ghosting going on, so I'm not too sure if people are lagging or what. But yeah, it's a clean start. Nevertheless, a bit of front wing.
There's a bit of wing off in the background. Yeah, I just seen that. Mighty Dillon currently defending for his life from Tom Chelsea. Looks like he's actually still lost position to Jasper, just behind. I think he ran a little wide, and that just cost him time. And he's up the inside, and someone's made a massive dive bomb there. That was only DTM up the inside of Tom Chelsea as well, so he's lost another position there.
Yeah, not quite. That's probably of the 3 races I've gotten so far. That was probably the most tame start. Not to say that's a bad thing. It's just quality for every top 2 were the ones with drive-throughs. That is a big surprise. I'm not too sure if they had some sort of starting light glitch or what, but then both to jump the start is a big surprise. Jasper goes right round the outside of Mighty Dillon into turn 1. That is a great move. These two are not teammates. I thought they were. They had similar liveries from me on board. But anyway, going down to turn 4, there's no DRS as of yet, but no overtakes were made. GRT Alonso from, I think he started 3rd on the grid. Let me just quickly check.
He was indeed, I think, 3rd on the grid, if I'm remembering
he's 4th
correctly.
on the grid, so he's had a great start.
4th on the grid. Yep, he's leading the race, and he's got 3/10 to Jasper, who is bearing down on him.
Jasper Boss had a very good start. I mean, I'm not too surprised he overtook Mighty Dillon. Mighty Dillon is on the harder compound of tyre at the moment, soft against medium tyre. Tyre's a lot more simple this season because there's only 5 colours, 3 dries and 2 wets. The wets never change, but the actual compounds do, as many of you know.
Alonso is very wide at the final corner.
Going into the final corner, and the Jasper boss gets past him without too much trouble. But here comes Mighty Dylan, and he gets a big tap
that's a big
from,
crash.
I think it was JRT Alonso. I didn't think he knew he was there, and that was big.
A big crash. You seen how far the car went in the air there when that happened? That was a huge collision. I mean, I think Alonso might be in trouble for that one, because it didn't look like he left them nearly enough space. And I'm amazed there isn't a safety car, although the safety car apparently is about as rare as a pig flying in this game, apparently.
Safety car.
Oh.
Go on, only
apparently I can't see that then.
Safety car.
And there's a safety car. How am I not seeing this then?
I'm not seeing it either,
this game's
so I'm not
bugged.
too sure if that's just... I mean, they've obviously got it, because everyone's obeying the VSC, so it's just not showing up on our...
Oh, so they're... that's
cams.
great.
So that's quality
The
stuff.
spectator camera is broken. Good to know.
Although
so
that's
I think
that's going to really play into those who had the jump starts and drive-throughs and whatnot, because they're just going to join on the back of the pack now instead of being 20, 30 seconds behind everybody else. So the best starter of that field was only DTM in third. He's up 7. So that's a great start from him. I think Mazats was one of the ones. I think he may have got a jump start because he's quite far behind. It's either that or he was one who lost a bit of his front wing at the start. He might have been, but I'm not too sure.
Just to note, only DTM was the winner of round 1, so he kind of proved why he's fairly quick. So he's decided to pit actually quite early on. That's very early. He's the only one in as well. I wonder why he's decided to do that.
Did he start on?
That's
no,
a two-stop from
start
here.
On supers? No, just went
he's
in
on mediums.
He's going to the hards now. Well, he's going
to
most
interesting
definitely
strategy.
have to do another stop by the end, but he thinks he can make the most of this safety car by putting on a new set of tyres. He's gone from 3rd down to 8th. Mike Dillon has left the session, quite rightly so. I mean, unfortunately for him, he only lasted a couple of laps. I don't think that accident was his fault, but from what I saw, I think JRT Alonso tried to pull out from the slipstream of the Jasper boss, and in turn just whacked the front axle of Mighty Dillon, put him in the wall basically.
Yep, and unfortunately that sometimes is just the case. I mean, that will be reviewed obviously by stewards later on, and Mighty Dillon will obviously have something to say on that as well afterwards, but we'll have to wait and see what comes of that one.
Yes. Would have thought this is
now
the
they're
first
definitely
time
behind
I've ever
safety car
seen
then.
a safety car in this game.
It's about my 4th actually I've seen the safety car, because I've seen it just in career mode, because I haven't seen it in league races at all, with the 3 I've done so far.
Yeah, I've only come 2 before this, so and I've barely played any career mode because obviously I don't have any means to at the moment because I don't have any wheel. But you know, I think they did release an update today for PC. I'm not too sure when it's coming to PS4 and Xbox One, but they will come out at the same time. They always do. But I think they're happy to say safety car will come out more often, which is probably the biggest problem we had within races. I mean, it wasn't a massive problem, but it's a problem that needed to be fixed because, I mean, it may as well be playing up on 2015 if the safety car never came out.
Indeed so. To note, we still have a mix of tyres in terms of the people who haven't pit yet. We're currently set. IRL Schumacher, like he did in race 1 around Brazil, he has gone for the hardest tyre compound. He in race 1 went for the hard to the soft compound tyre, and it paid off for him. He got P2 in the end. From a fairly decent pace as well on the hard tyres, so look out for him later on once the safety comes back in. Just ignore the fact it isn't appearing in the actual spectator mode, it's just apparently just a thing. Not the first time I've had issues with spectator mode. I've had times when time penalties just don't appear.
Yellows come up
for some reason.
Localized yellows come up, so I don't know why the full safety car, VSC comes up and all, so I think that might just be a bit of a HUD glitch. I mean, yeah, it's a small thing, but it's just a thing they need to note down to fix in the future, and don't do what Cody's used to do, which was fix one thing and then somehow break another 3, which was definitely the case in F1 2017 at least.
Yes, 2017, I think 2018 they tended to do that as well. I mean, 2018 had more bugs. I mean, I don't know how with a name like Codemasters they can manage to screw that up so much. The irony of that. And the fact that, always at some point in some of the streams you will notice the fact that we'll have some kind of bashing on Codemasters because of the fact they just apparently do not know how to make games properly when it comes to coding. So, yeah.
I think the 4 most solid F1 games they made, ironically, I don't know why this happens, but they seem to always come in years of 3. So F1 2019, F1 2016, 2013 and 2010 were all very good games. Ooh. But yeah, I mean, I think the first Codemasters game I played was Toka World Touring Cars, which was made in 2000. That was a long time ago. Of course, Toka is now known as Grid.
Of course, and they're releasing a new game of that this year, actually.
Yep, and it looks solid, and I will probably end up getting it at some point, if not straight away.
Oh, of course. Now, I think we've done 3 laps in the safety car, so I'm assuming it's going to be in either this lap or next lap. Jasper's still keeping fairly close to the safety car, even though I would assume that he's trying to... Oh, I'm not sure about that, to be honest. The problem with being this close together with the safety car is, let's just say, some people don't tend to notice maybe going a bit too quickly and then going to the back of someone, which apparently is not an uncommon thing. I think it's... safety car lights are off. Looking. No, they're not yet.
Yeah, they are. There you go.
Probably be off the next corner. Yep, so he'll be coming. So Jasper Ross will lead off the pack. It'll be his decision on when the cars actually leave. Why is he still being so close to the safety car?
Normally they should have a limiter put on. That doesn't seem to have happened. He's just going to go straight away once the safety car falls into the pits. That's quite late, but anyway, pulled away. I don't think
JT Alonso was not aware
for DRS. Oh, it doesn't get... What? Severe collision with somebody. I'm not too sure where
I'm not seeing this coming up in the bottom of the sky.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing this stuff come up for some reason.
Somebody just got a 5-second stop go for a severe collision. There's a bit of lag in the background.
We have Peanut and Tom Chelsea side by side, and Peanut is up the inside. He's made the mistake, and the next car behind that is Reece Simmer. He's trying to go side by side through the middle sector. He might try an undercut. Nope, he's not been able to do it.
That would have been brave.
Doesn't do anything there.
Yeah. I've seen it done before in real life. I think it was Alonso around the outside of Button in 2011. Peanut goes up the inside of Limitless Horizon. It doesn't make the move stick.
Nope. Alonso is having trouble, by the way, keeping up with Jasper Boss, and he's already 2 seconds behind.
I mean, they're on the same compound of tyre, so he wouldn't have that much of a disadvantage. Maybe Jasper could have got it. Yeah, there he goes.
No, Jasper. Schumacher's up the inside.
Doesn't have any means.
And he's got the move done.
Straight on. That's JT Alonso.
I think he's tried to leave space, and he's just ended up going wide.
There's 2 cars behind him. One of them's going to get stuck. Only DTM is side by side, squeezed right up next to the grass. His teammate behind him doesn't find a way past it. He does now after he gets forced wide by only DTM in the corner beforehand, and he's losing places. JT Alonso, I'm pretty sure, was P2, I think. All this now he's down to P8.
He was P2 with the safety car restart. Oh, there's contact with us Eagle, and I think there might be some wing damage for Eagle there because I saw something come off his car.
One thing I have noticed though in this game, wing damage is not nearly as big as a problem. The McLaren-esque Mazats is going up the inside, but I don't think he managed to make it stick.
That's one of the few liveries I actually know, and oh, what line is that?
Actually, F1 2010 time trial line. But he's slipstreaming up towards the start-finish line where the Eagle zigzagging up bits. That's the second accident we've seen going through there, and that's we need to be a bit more careful on the straight. But news for everyone: if you finish this race now, you get points. So if that's not incentive to finish, I don't know what is.
Side by side once again with Peanut and Horizon, though, and Horizon's Peanut's up the inside. And only DTM as well, and Tom Chelsea. Tom Chelsea
tries to get the switch back up to turn 5. Side by side at the moment, we've already seen 2 accidents along straights, but nothing that's as clean as you like between only DTM and Tom Chelsea. DTM manages to make the move stick. I think only DTM's probably the driver I've seen making the most overtakes this race. He went from, I think it was P10 up to P3, back down to P8 after he made a pit stop for hards. Now he's back up to P5 again, and he's right all over the back of Limitless Horizon, who's trying to hunt down WR Peanut, who goes a little bit wide on those soft tyres and maybe starting a bit of wear to kick in on that set of rubber. And if he will get DRS on this lap, and DRS being a lot more powerful, I would have thought he would get past WR Peanut, goes right over to the inside. Doesn't want
He
he
hasn't fully covered it though.
Right up against the wall, didn't completely cover it, and now Limitless Horizon trying to go around the outside. Oh, he does get past.
Slight contact.
Small bit of contact. That was almost
maybe side by
Verstappen
side.
and Esteban Ocon. Only DTM going to make another overtake down the back straight. No DRS for him at the moment because he was ahead of WR Peanut and they went across the line.
He's dive bombed in the inside though.
He did.
And he's actually got through.
Yeah,
I'm not sure how much space was left there, but yeah.
Had the rights to do that. Almost pushes WR Peanut onto the grass again. The softs really not looking viable. Peanut struggling to get it slowed down. Manages to keep it on the straight and narrow now. Simo LFC is trying to get around the outside of the infield section. Squeeze the throttle up to the next right-hand hairpin and manages to make that move stick as well. So Peanut's tyres really starting to go off now. He's lost 3 places within the space of 2 seconds. And that is a car side off track. That is worthless eagle.
Yep, he's away down the back of the field now, and he is out of the race. That's him done. As Tom Chelsea's going to go for a move on WR Peanut, who I suspect is going to pit. If he's not, then I'm amazed. He's actually staying out. He's done 12 laps in a set of soft tyres. Those must be screaming at this point. Maybe 11 laps, but that probably has updated properly. I'm not sure how much more grip is going to be left on those tyres.
Yeah, because if you don't know, with 50% races, because you're only covering half the distance, tyre wear is magnified, I'm pretty sure, just plainly by 2 times. So every mistake you make is going to be magnified twice over. So if you lock up, then it's going to have a much bigger effect than if you were on 100% race and you locked up, because that's going to, 1, heat up your tyres, 2, probably most likely put a flat spot on your tyres as well. And that's just going to be magnified like crazy on the much fewer laps we have.
Yep, not to mention the soft tyres in this game tend not to last, depending on track to track, but they don't often last all that long at points. And I think making the medium tyres the best tyre compound for when it comes to the race. The hard tyres have been very difficult to switch on, but you can make it work if you make the tyres work.
Yeah, the max I saw somebody do it was in ILR 3 on Friday, where somebody made it last around 10 laps, which is about a third of the race, so it's not that long at all. Probably
Peanut actually got round the outside of Simo actually, while we were talking about that.
Good move.
Turn 1.
He's got DRS again. Is he going to try and go down the inside of turn 4? No, he's a bit too far back, although he does get a lot more momentum going around turn 5, because Peanut had to defend the inside, compromise the line, but he's going to have to get the inside run maybe, to turn 6, but no, that would have been a bit too far back for such a fast corner.
No space there as well. I mean, Peanut was just like, yeah, you're not having that much space.
Takes a very tight line through turn 8, and wouldn't be surprised if that was a warning. That car was all over the curb. But yeah, that is a good move off of similarly tired cars at the moment. These guys have had these tyres on since the start. Peanut has managed to find some sort of life in those tyres. Is Tom Chelsea is definitely in the best position out of these 3 at the moment, because those tyres wouldn't have worn nearly as much as those softs.
Indeed. Well, bearing in mind that Tom Chelsea has started on the hard tyres, so... Oh, looks like they're going side by side actually. So, once again, Simo down the inside, he'll have the outside for the next corner. Nope, Peanut does have to cut the corner very slightly there to make sure he gives space there to Reese. But they are able to do it. They're side by side now as they head down towards the end of the first sector. Is he going to be able to do anything with this? And indeed he is. And Peanut has to give up in that situation. We'll have another opportunity. But
right round the outside. Well, tried to go right around the outside. But after his defence in turn 2, that gave him no momentum down the back straight. And Simo just went clean past him. Didn't even have to outbrake him or anything. and they were Peanut back down into P6. I'm surprised Tom Chelsea hasn't been able to do anything about this yet. Jasper Boss still in the lead. Peanut goes very wide. His tyres really starting to give up now on lap 13. I really wouldn't be surprised if both these drivers come in on this lap because there's no advantage to be had with the overcut at the moment. Tom Chelsea's still really close. He's got DRS down both of these straights. I'm really surprised he hasn't managed to do anything with it yet. But yeah, both get DRS once again. Peanut just seems to have, even though he hasn't got too much control under braking, he seems to get the best launches out of the corners apart from when he got passed by Reece Simo.
He's lost a bit more time now. I don't know if he'll be close enough to make a move this time around. Oh, maybe he will. He's 4/10s back. Usama will go partially defensive, but then goes back to the racing line, realising that he has enough of a gap there.
Yeah, I think Peanut is just pushing a little bit too hard for what the tyres could handle at the moment. I mean, he's got literally no battery. Reece Simo's got a decent amount, and Tom Chelsea's got even more than Reece. He's got around 60%. He's been hovering around that for a few laps. And people just have, most people apart from these three, just having their own races at the moment. Liam Prov and JRC Alonso, and Jasper Boss up at front.
Yep, Limitless Horizon, he's half a second back on IRL Schumacher in the hard tyres, as well as Limitless Horizon on the mediums. He's too far back, but he doesn't...
Maybe?
No chance. Yep, too far back.
Oh, they're both going in the pits! And they both get slowed down. Oh no, he lost a bit of wing! He went right just as they were about to put the limiters on. WR Peanut just clipped the rear tyre of Reece Simo. He wouldn't be able to... He does change his wing straight away. So unless he got some damage beforehand, that was a very quick decision. But now he's really lost touch. Probably around... God knows how long. It looks around 10 seconds worth.
Well, 10 seconds is how long it usually takes with a wing change. 7 to 10 seconds, somewhere around that range, with wing change and a pit stop.
Although for these two on hard tyres, I would have thought they could make it to the end if they managed to last 14 laps on a set of softs. 22 laps would be definitely viable on a set of hards. I would have thought only DTM would have to pit again. They already pitted once under the safety car. Limitless Horizon still behind IRL Schumacher. IRL Schumacher,
yep.
I mean, I think he's starting to close.
He's
close
close
to
to
3 seconds behind, so he's closed around second with Jasper Boss, but that is most likely because of tyre deg. I mean, he's had these softs on for 15 laps. We'll be trying to treat them as nicely as he can.
Schumacher was either being pushed or he had a bit of a rear end wiggle as he came out of St. S's there.
Goes to the inside. He pushes it almost onto the grass.
Well
somehow manages to get it slowed down. There's two of his wheels off the track, and he's not going to have a go up into turn 6. DTM's a bit too far behind, a little bit of a tap. I don't think he lost any front wing though. Limitless Horizon, irked by that move by Schumacher. He hasn't managed to get that car settled since then.
Schumacher may well have something said about that, because that was a very late defensive move.
Yeah. I'm not too sure if these guys are going to have same-ish strategies or different ones, because it's just a question of, can Limitless Horizon manage to make the tyres last as much as the guys on the hards? Because we've seen these guys haven't done qualifying on these tyres because we just put them straight on the grid in reverse championship order. But he has DRS at the moment.
Schumacher doesn't defend the inside this time.
Really defend at all from Limitless Horizon. He just lets him go up the inside. He's looking for a switchback move. DTM's looking for a chance to get past him for a bit of a chance of capitalisation. Schumacher gets DRS again. This is exactly what he was trying to do. Limitless Horizon defends much more aggressively, and Schumacher defended his position. He gets pushed off the track, and yeah, that's barely.
Trying to get too wide.
Don't get too wide.
That was an interesting decision there. DTM decided wisely to back out of that one, because I was feeling that one was going to go horribly wrong if it didn't. He didn't back out of that one. Considering in race 1 I saw two people tried to go too wide through that corner and they both spun.
Wow, okay, fair enough. Bit Ocon and Grover mess. from 2017 that brought an end to an end.
Yes.
Ocon's 27 race finishing streak, which is a bit unfortunate, but he's both going to get DRS again probably. I have a feeling only DTM has got a better chance of getting past Horizon, and Horizon has a Schumacher as a Jasper Boss actually goes into the pits, so this is going to make this a battle for the lead. Schumacher lets Horizon dive down the inside. Schumacher's going to look for a switch back again. If he doesn't get it, he's going to get DRS on the car in front. I'm not too sure what the teams are called as of yet, but our own teams, I can assure you that. DRS for Schumacher.
Okay, that's a bit. Oh, now I see it. Schumacher's move was okay, and then DTM just suddenly decides, oh, I'm coming up the inside as well. So Schumacher's just lost 2 positions in one go, but Limitless Horizon, that's a sketchy move as well, a sketchy defensive move. He shouldn't have moved across maybe that much unless the nose of Schumacher's car was not alongside him, or anywhere the proximity arrow wasn't showing on his screen that he was anywhere near him. We should have given a tiny bit more space there, I think.
I think it's not really that. I just think it's how late he moved. I mean, he already saw that IRL Schumacher was going to try and go down the inside and then just cut off that line as soon as he saw him move. Which is, if he had gone to that line earlier, it would have been fine. But only DTM is on those hard tyres. It's going to go. It doesn't even need
contact.
A lot of wheel banging.
Oh, it's contact.
Very aggressive.
Oh, well saved.
I think only DTM saw what Limitless Horizon did to IRL Schumacher, and he's starting to get a bit of payback for him. I think he's trying to do a bit of justice, but only DTM from PA on lap 9 is now up into... Oh no, lap 6, sorry.
Still keeps hold of it. Yep, he's now got hold of the lead.
From 13 laps, he's made 8 overtakes, which is really good going.
Of course. And kind of a lot like what happened in race 1, when I noticed there was a long period of where there's only really one battle going on, and it's exactly the same, to be honest, unless Liam Prov can actually catch up to Vacavella or Tom Chelsea, which he is just within a second, so it could be interesting. They're both on about the same. Tom Chelsea's on 18 lap old hards, whereas Liam Prov's on 15 lap old hard tyres, so that could be an interesting one at some point.
I think
that
the
battle
only
shapes up.
That's going to hold Jasper Boss up in pink and white, and call it a TriStar team, because it's got a big TriStar sponsor down the side of the car, is these two battling in front of him, and how quickly can he navigate them. I wouldn't have thought it would take too long, because they're on much older and harder tyres, just from how quickly has he gotten those tyres warmed up. So this is going to be the first major move. I wouldn't have thought with the fast lap of the race he's going to have a move into turn 1, maybe wait until turn 4, but Liam Prov's even closer to Tom Chelsea now. I mean, if Liam Prov goes for a move on Tom Chelsea and they both go wide, that is just going to gift the Jasper Boss 2 positions straight off the bat. He's going to look down the inside.
Try to go 3 wide there for a second.
Both goes for the move and defends from Jasper Boss at the same time, so that's great car positioning from Liam Prov. And they both all take the racing line into turn 6 and then turn 7 in turn 8, the hairpin. There's 2 of these on this track. One only a couple of corners later. They're both, it can be overtaking zones, but only if you're quite a bit faster than the car ahead.
You also have to be alongside the car if you want to make it work, and have trust that the driver you're racing with is going to leave you the space while you're doing it as well. Which, having seen some of these drivers so far, Tom Chelsea, wing lost.
Another incident going. Didn't actually see that. I was watching the battle for the lead. Then as Limitless Horizon tried to go up the inside of only DTM yet again, but it didn't work out. What happened there?
Liam Prov tried to go. Tom Chelsea was for some reason seemed very slow coming around the bank straight. Liam Prov just clipped the back of him and just sort of spun round as if he'd lost rear end grip, and he just spun into the wall and lost his front wing.
Although I said if those two came together, Tom Chelsea would make up positions, and that's exactly what he's done. He's just gotten past both of them while they just sort of tripped over each other. That's the 3rd incident we've seen down that back straight. It's just people trying to get a bit too much slipstream or a bit too defensive and just clipping each other's cars and putting each other in the wall. I mean, I think...
Limitless Horizon's in the pits. After 20 laps on the medium tyres, he's going to go on to the hards, I would assume. At this point.
He can go on the... I think he's going to go on the softs, he is. I mean, we saw somebody go 14 laps on the softs earlier on, so he's gone from mediums to softs, so the softest strategy you can possibly have, and he's going to go with it. He's managed to last the mediums as much as some people have lasted some hards, so he's done a good job as far as I'm concerned.
Indeed so. The only person to really... There's a few people to look out for in terms of this aspect of looking at the... see how IRL Schumacher gets on, because he's going to definitely be going on to the soft tyres when he comes into the box at some point. He's done 21 laps on these tyres at this point. Those hard tyres will last for a very long time. Probably about, I'd say about another... maybe 5 to 10 laps, something along those lines on those tyres.
Yeah,
having
field
obviously
at the moment, not really any battles going on. I think the closest two are our top two, and they're probably, I mean, only DTM. He's got the lead, and he's pitted once, just like everyone else. He still has a really decent shot at a podium. He will have to pit again. I mean, there's no way he can make it. What is it? 33 laps, 34 laps on the set of hards?
He pitted on lap 4 from his hard tyres.
Yeah, so 32. Pretty much the whole race on a set of hards. He's most likely going to have to pit again for a set of softs. Although I've just noticed it has clouded over.
Well, we could have some rain. I mean, it was a dry race the first time around when I did this first round. Though we did this in the normal qualifying and race order. So it'll be interesting to see if the rain actually brings some spices this race up a little bit, as LR Tom Chelsea has gone to the soft tyre as well now to Noah as well.
So Tom Chelsea, the first lap's going to probably be between Limitless Horizon and Tom Chelsea, as they're both on the soft tyres, and then it'll probably go to only DTM as well, because he will have to pit again. I can't see him making those tyres last. He's got almost no ERS at the moment, which is causing IRL Schumacher to catch up massively, as he's almost got a full battery, and I wouldn't be surprised if I see a pass from the... I was going to say, I can't distinguish what cars they are. I wouldn't be surprised if I see a pass from IRL Schumacher too soon on only DTMs. He just seems to have a lot more pace at this point, even though his tyres are 3 laps older. And he did do the start on these tyres.
Indeed so. Well, I'll have to see how that one shapes up. So it looks like Limitless Horizon and Tom Chelsea are making ground on the cars in front of them, in terms of that Limitless Horizon making ground on Jasper Boss, and Tom Chelsea is making ground on WR Peanut, who's doing much better than he did the first time around, considering the first time around he put on the hard tyres, and then a lap later he lost grip at turn 1 and he spun off into the wall.
So as long as he finishes, he is going to get a point. So he just needs to focus on being consistent at the moment over anything. And whoever gets faster lap is going to get a point as well, because they're all in the top 10. Top 9 even.
Of course. Top 9 at this point, yes. Schumacher's within 3/10 actually. Tom Chelsea, who's going to probably make an easy move at some point shortly on WR Peanut. But is Schumacher way too far back at this moment in time? He's not going to be able to do anything in terms of this at the moment.
Because I have a feeling once the tyres get more warm, they're also much more susceptible to getting overheated as well. WR Peanut goes a bit deep. Tom Chelsea's run out of ERS for this lap. He's almost run out of ERS completely as he goes down the inside at turn 1. I think WR Peanut has got any means to defend this as he gets a time penalty in the process. I think he must have quite a few penalties at this point. He's going to have to be much more careful with the rest of this race. He gets DRS on Tom Chelsea this time. Is he going to look down the inside? No, he just sticks behind. I don't think he really thinks there's much point trying to get back that position.
Yeah, but it's the softest tyre compound versus the hardest tyre compound, which is always going to cause issues, to be honest.
Yeah. So,
Liam Prof also just currently getting past JRT Alonso. They're still side by side, and Liam Prof gets the move done quite easily. Anyway,
I mean, there's 12 lap difference in tyres, so it will be quite an easy move. I think Jesse Alonso will have to pit again, because if he goes to the end on these tyres, would have done 26 laps on a set of mediums, and that's just not viable in this in these set of circumstances. The likelihood is he's just going to fall further and further away. So he probably has a set of fast lap as well, because he's probably going to be on his own. He'll have a free track. I mean, there's only 9 cars on track at the moment, so if he hasn't got free track, he'll likely be able to find some quite easily. Because WR Pina is still on the back of Tom Chelsea. He's not falling away as quickly as I would have thought, but he is getting a double dose of DRS every lap. He is catching up very quickly to the back of that. I keep wanting to say the name of the car, but I can't because I don't know what it's called. Anyway, everyone's using their multiple
I've just been referring to that as a cosmic livery because that's what it looks like to me, but yeah. I have no idea the actual team name of who he's representing. I think it's him. I know it's him and Mighty Dylan, so I'm not 100% entirely sure. Well, Mighty Dylan only lasted about 1 lap before he got assassinated out of this race by GRT Alonso.
A lot of the drivers that have gone in the wall on the main straight, though, haven't really. I don't think anybody's been at fault as the Jasper Boss gets past IRL Schumacher as he goes into the pits. Only DTM still got to pit again. I would have thought he would come out in P3 to 4 at this rate, because he was battling with Schumacher. So it's just a question of, is the undercut or overcut going to be quicker? Because we've seen it does take a couple of laps to get tyres heated up on this game, and the soft wear is going to be less at this point in the race than at the start, because 1, the track wasn't rubbed in at the start, 2, the drivers have gotten used to the track at this point, and 3, the cars are lighter. So there's 3 reasons why tyre wear will be better at this point.
Indeed, so as the fuel goes down, burns off, it's less wear on the tyres as well. So going on the softer compound at the end of the race, the softer compounds will make a huge difference. Say if you're on the hard tyres and you go to the mediums or the softs, you're going to feel a lot less tyre wear later on.
Just seeing if any battles are really developing. I mean, Peanut and Tom Chelsea are still relatively close together. Peanut has finally started to drop off the back of the car of Tom Chelsea, and Tom Chelsea is also starting to catch up to Reece Simo on the hard tyres. Reece Simo most likely is not going to stop again, so he will have to overtake him if he wants to get past. Oh, it started raining.
It's raining.
Yeah, look at
okay. Yep, I can see the rain on the custom coloured. Yep. The word was not coming to me. The halo there for a sec. The halo. I can see it on there now, so that's interesting.
So it's just a question of how quickly is this track going to get wet. I mean, this could have played right into the lap of only DTM. I mean, if he stays out long enough to be able to put intermediates on, then he'll be miles ahead. I mean, if anybody else doesn't, they'll be so much slower, probably over 10 seconds a lap slower easily if he goes on to the inters. And I'm not too sure if it's the same in this game, but from the last game, the time to switch tyres was when you saw that DRS disabled. That's normally the crossover point.
Yep, I think that's still the same on this game as it was last game. So as soon as we know that symbol comes up, as soon as we see DRS, you'll see DRS disabled. I obviously won't see that because apparently I just don't have notifications come up on the end at all. Don't know why that is. It's just something for some reason I've had happen a lot on commentaries recently, which is kind of annoying. Can't really explain it either.
Yeah, only DTM really managed those hards well. He's not really being caught. He is being caught, but not that quickly by the Jasper Boss. I mean, can he make these last if he wants to? I mean, it's going to be a big challenge, but he's only been caught by around 0.2 a lap by the car behind, so he'll definitely be able to. Just a question of, these Pirelli tyres are known to hit.
The tyres in this game tend to hit a point and then they just suddenly fall off.
Only DTM has got a 3 seconds time pen. I'll just check how much each driver has. Only DTM has 2 penalties. Jasper Boss also 2 penalties, so it doesn't change between them. Limitless Horizon 1 penalty. FORL Schumacher.
So
he's had 3 warnings but no penalty. I'm not too sure how that works.
Okay.
Reece Simo, no penalty. Tom Chelsea, 1 penalty. Peanut.
Speaking of Tom Chelsea's tried to go for moving Reece Simo actually. And he's around the
2
outside.
Penalties.
Bleed move around the outside for Tom Chelsea.
For some reason on the tyre chart it said Liam Prohoff has been on the Inters, which I definitely know is not the case.
Yep, nice one, Cody's. Nice to see your coding works.
Good coding, Codemasters. Your game doesn't work.
Indeed. Now, the thing that always some people have said about this on the past games is it's better to be on a softer compound when it rains because it means you have a little bit more grip than you do if you're in a harder compound.
Yeah. I mean, it really depends what sort of track you're going around, because if you're on a track with fast corners around the rain, yellow, sector 1, 2. That was for absolutely nothing. Okay, good.
Cool.
Peanut goes round the outside of Reece Simo, or is he
on the same lap of tyres? Nope, he just made an overtake.
Okay.
So he's just trying to now take back position on whether Peanut will defend. No, he won't. Nope, Reece Simo's not. Oh, well, that's close. That's very close.
Don't think any contact was made. I think he was really close to, though. I think Peanut was a bit irked by that and went a bit wide himself. Got a bit of oversteer on the exit of turn 4. But Reece Simo's going to have to close that gap all over again after he made that clumsy move for an overtake.
Limitless Horizon and Jasper. He's going to try and think about line up a move, but he's not got a lot of ERS. He's also not. He's very low on fuel. The fuel light is on. He's not going to be able to do anything at the moment, though. These two are, I'm not sure. Both of them, yeah, Jasper has a lot more ERS than what Limitless Horizon does, but Limitless Horizon is going to try and go down the inside, and I think he's going to make it stick. He's down the inside.
Yep, done. Grip outdoes power on this occasion, apparently, as he has less ERS and less fuel. He does have the softer compound and younger compound, and he just went straight past him down the back straight between turn 3 and 4. I would have thought he would have really come into his own in the second sector because he doesn't really need that much power, and the long sweeping corners will probably play into those soft tyres quite well. As Limitless Horizon is really going to start catching up to the back of only DTM now. He's got 4 laps to close down a 5-second gap, which on the ages and compounds of the tyres is doable.
The one I think I've noticed from seeing this overtakes on this game a lot more is it's a lot more viable to go around the outside than it is the inside. You can actually make moves work around the outside this year rather than last year because...
Oh, Limitless Horizon's weaving like crazy. What was that? He made about 3 moves to defend from the Jasper boss, and that was very questionable. I was on board with Jasper boss going down the main straight there. Limitless Horizon just did not want him to get past at all. I mean, that's a bit too desperate.
Well, something will probably be said after the race, most likely, about this.
As well as a yellow
Schumacher down the inside.
DTM's round.
Has he got a puncture? I wonder.
I think he has. I think he's got
While you were doing that, Schumacher got past. Schumacher got past. Yep, left rear puncture.
He went too long.
Oh, that's going to hurt.
It really is going to hurt. He's probably going to lose a lot more positions by the time he gets out the pits. I would have thought he would have come out in P7, maybe even P8 by the time he gets round. That is really, really unfortunate for only DTM. He just, in these conditions, you can't do that, as this is now turned this battle between IRL Schumacher and Limitless Horizon.
Oh, he's off track!
IRL Schumacher.
These two are going at it hammer and tongs. These two are actually going at it with full hammer and tongs, to say the least. Jasper Boss is still there to note as well, though.
He gets shoved off the track by Limitless Horizon, and that gives him a 3-second time pen. I would have thought that would be taken away by the stewards at the end. So just ignore that 3-second time penalty. At the moment, WR Peanut and Tom Chelsea. WR Peanut actually repasses Tom Chelsea as he does get a bit of a wiggle on, but he should be okay for the straight, as he does have more errs than the car behind. As the Jasper Boss is going to join this battle for the lead.
And Tom Chelsea's back down the inside of WR Peanut and makes the move stick. Move done and dusted.
He's going to try his luck on a set of inters for a last attempt at trying to make some positions. I do think it is too early. I mean, people are still getting around relatively fine on drives. It's just not raining hard enough for the Inter tyre, as the Limitless Horizon has really started to fall away from IRL Schumacher. He just hasn't got any grip. Those tyres are 12 laps old, so he will start to lose some of the grip. Goes to the inside. Jasper tries to go around the outside. Limitless Horizon outbreaks himself. He's going to get the switchback move done.
He's going to get mugged off around the outside, isn't he? Yep, he got mugged off around the outside. And just more grip. And he got the DRS as well to note as well.
Really starting to go off. Peanut and Tom Chelsea still going for it. WR Peanut repasses that car once again. Fourth turn. Limitless Horizon gets a 3-second time penalty. That's not going to help him. Jasper Boss now trying to do best. Only DTM. Did he crash?
He's at the race. No, I think he has just retired.
Well, he's
Tom Chelsea goes back down the inside of WR Peanut. He will be called. I think he will be. He'll be qualified. He'll be thing with his P9 behind Alonso.
So still get 2 points. So at least that's something. I think Tom Chelsea had an issue. Half spin.
Yep, because Reece Simmons gone past him as well.
Yeah. I'm not too sure if he went on or tried to go up the inside.
Yep, he's had a spin. You can tell by the fact that he's losing. Whoa! You do not want to be touching the curbs when it's raining. They'll just spit you out and spin you off. I think if that's the best way to put it.
Yeah. I would have thought positions will stay the same from here on out. I mean, I don't want to jinx anyone, but the gap is just too big. I can't see any more overtakes materialising. So Schumacher just needs to hold his car together for the remaining corners, and he should be okay because Jasper Boss is just under 3 seconds behind. Only DTM left the session. Very unfortunate for him with that puncture, but he just tried to go a bit too long on those hard tyres and span out going through turn 7. And that is a really, really dodgy place to get a puncture as well. Surprised he managed to keep out the wall, to be honest, as RL Schumacher completes what is really the last corner of this race. The remainder of the lap, just pure acceleration, and he doesn't activate any of DRS. It's too wet. There's no one in front of him. He goes across to the wall, and RL Schumacher wins the Brazilian Grand Prix ahead of Jasper Boss 2, Limitless Horizon, and WR Peanut, who's still going very slowly in the middle sector. He's got Reece Simo all over him. I think WR Peanut's run out of fuel. No, he's just going very slowly. I saw him lifting off like crazy. He's going to go around the outside.
He must be low on fuel.
The last corner is going to be a photo finish. There's a bit of contact. WR Peanut has a small wiggle on, so does Reece Simo. They manage to stay off of each other. WR Peanut does not want to be giving off this position. Reece Simo goes off track to try and get it in.
He got it in the end on penalties. Peanut lost 2 positions on penalties. That was close though, I'll say that much. And Liam probably will be the last one to finish the race.
He will indeed. He was the
last.
Alonso
has already completed the race. He was a lap down, I think. Well, that was an interesting race. A lot more battling in that race than there was in the first race around.
Yeah.
In terms of from what I've seen. So well done to IRL Schumacher, followed by
Jasper Boss.
And then finally, why am I not remembering the name? No idea. Not professional.
Yeah. Very professional.
But Schumacher is the second podium.
Yeah.
Yep. Only the second podium because he got one in round 1 as well.
Yeah. I think AGTM really made the risk of trying to make those last probably a lot longer than he tried. Well, he would have made
Yep.
tried to make those last a lot longer than he should have. And yeah,
So
things already
in the
being
end,
said about already
Yep.
seen things about Limitless Horizons defending in the chat, which
defending.
yeah, defending.
Yes. Yes. So it's Iro Schumacher who wins the race from Jasper Voss. Limitless Horizon third, takes the final spot on the podium. Reece Simo just outside the podium with LR Tom Chelsea, WR Peanut, Liam Prov, and GRT Alonso, the last finishers, with only DTM with that unfortunate puncture finishes in P9. He will be most likely classified, whereas everyone else I think won't, because I think they crashed it before 90%. So I think he will be the final finisher. And so with that, I don't actually know what next round is. And I think we will end it here.
Yeah.
So thanks everyone for watching. It's nice to have Jester Snakes back once again after his long hiatus from commentating. So we will see you next week for whatever next round is.
Yeah. Obviously not the regular round because we've had Brazil as the first one. So yeah.
Yep. So see you next week.